Hello and welcome to that Double D team. I'm D.
I'm DIGA.
And this is our Fear the Walking Dead Season 4B prediction video. I know I've recently uploaded my review and reaction to the trailer which dropped at San Diego Comic-Con. Thank you for the views, likes and comments.
Yeah,
Diggs, you weren't available for that video at the moment, but you've seen the trailer.
Yeah,
thoughts?
Man, it's popping off. It's popping off. They got new characters and everything, and I'm not too sure what's going on with the storyline, but from what I have seen, it's popping off.
Yeah, especially because since season 3, we've really been
we've been on it,
promoting Fear a lot. It's been catching up and overtaking Walking Dead because Walking Dead was on a lull, especially their all-out war season, which was 3 episodes. Although Walking Dead season 9 does look really good. Check out my review video for that trailer as well. Also, there will be a prediction video coming up in the next few weeks as well, but this is all about Fear. So we'll go by the characters. That's probably the biggest draw of this show because it's similar plotline and story to Walking Dead, but Walking Dead's good because of the characters, because of Double D, Daryl Dixon, Rick, Michonne, Maggie, Glenn, all the Dons from back in the day. But we'll start off with the last remaining character from the pilot and the last remaining Clark, Alycia. My personal fave, obviously it was Nick, Hold Tight Nick, Frank Delane, big character. Sad to have seen him go in the first half of last season. But even up until that point, I think we were both on the same wavelength. Alycia,
she's came a long way.
Was coming into her own, very much so, from a girl to a woman to a bad bitch, a boss bitch.
She's definitely holding shit down.
This season as well, I'm hearing she's going to get her own character-centric episode where it's all focused on her. That's probably going to be very emotional, dealing with obviously the after effects of Madison and Nick's death.
So where do you think it will take? You think it will go from after her mom and brother pass, or before leading into it?
I've got a feeling there'll be a couple flashbacks, but I don't think it's going to be in the same formula as the first half of the season where it was all out of sync. It was weird. I think we're going to go chronologically. We'll pick up probably from the campfire. They'll probably be on the road somewhere, and then you get the hurricane, because this season is going to be a big elemental damage. I think the writers and producers are saying, we can't just use people and zombies, let's use the elements, innit? A big hurricane, obviously, I don't know where they are in the actual map, but we know about Katrina and stuff like that, so if that stuff can happen, it can still happen in the apocalypse era as well. So that's going to throw them off track. They're all going to be split up. You're going to have some interesting new pairings this season as well, as we saw in the trailer. I think we either see them together or with a couple, and then when you see them again, they're not with the same person as before, or they've got an extra person added in as a new character. So in the trailer review, we couldn't really break it down to make proper sense for our predictions wise, which is why we're just going to go character centric. But I think Alicia's going to have a very big role to play. I don't know if she's going to be as badass as last season, because she's going to have to, I think the first element to a character out this season will be how she deals with it. Is she going to go dark or light? Is she going to instill what Madison wanted to instill in her before she left about let's forgive, let's build, let's invite people in?
I think she will be like that.
Or with everything that's happened and the mum not being around there no more, and the death of Nick, and then seeing the girl that killed Nick every day, will she turn and want her vengeance, and will she want a pound of flesh? So I think that's going to be very interesting as a viewer and a fan of Alycia, to see what choice she makes, and then from there you can get to start enjoying her again.
Well, I think she's gonna kind of fall back. I think she's gonna have a bit of both. Every once in a while she might just cheat and slit someone's throat.
Alycia Debnam-Carey, who plays her, is a really good actress, man.
She's dope.
And I think she's probably going to get a teeth in having it. If you've got an episode all about yourself, you don't just want to play one string. You're going to want to show off and be like, yo, check what I can do in my one-man band, and have a range. So she'll have bits of that, bits of this, and I can't wait for that episode. I'm not sure if this is the episode that Victor Strand directs, but he does direct one episode this season, so I'm going to be interested to keep an eye out for that.
Definitely.
Speaking of Victor, he's also probably one of the only, one of only 3 remaining members from season 1.
The originals.
Along with Luciano, who we'll come on to next. But Strand, he's no longer got Madison. No longer got his drinking partner.
Buddy, yeah.
Highlight from the trailer, Strand and Alycia sat down, chugging a beer. That was like...
That's what him and Madison used to do all the time.
Exactly, now seeing him do it with Alycia, it's like, yeah, as the mantle being passed on, is Victor now going to take up
the leader role?
A father figure role over Alycia? Like, feel responsible for her?
I think...
Because of how close he was with Madison. Because he's... Sustenance for you, bro. He's like, you don't know whether to be good or bad. It's like last season, he's like, he could have been a bad guy and got off on his own with that song, but he felt he owed it to the Clark family and Madison specifically to stay, help her and believe in her cause.
So,
and with her dying, I think that's going to only instill it in him more to like want to honour Madison and look after Alycia.
I think,
So I'm hoping for that, because if he starts being a dick, it'll be good viewing, but it's not going to be enjoyable, likeable, character building viewing for me. Not that it has to be, but I would prefer Victor to probably take that role of like, come here, Alycia.
I think he will. And Alycia will still, I think she'll take on like her mom's role to be like kind of like the leader of the group. But she is kind of young, which will make more sense for Victor to kind of step up. But I think he's cool being that position he is.
A very, very good point. Who now is the benefactor leader?
I would say co-leader.
Yeah.
If anything.
Because there were kind of 2 groups with 2 individual leaders that have merged, so...
So who would you say is the leader of the second group? Because it was Madison at one point.
I think Alicia's the leader of the original group, and Al is the leader of the others.
You think so?
I do. As I think she's not only got the car, but she's also the one that's not given up or opened up the most. So she's the one that's still mysterious. So there's a lot more for her character to do. But yeah, that we'll come back to that anyway. We'll circle back up. Luciana, she's kind of in a similar situation to Alycia and Victor as well. Because like Alicia's lost her mum and brother, Strand's lost his best friend and drinking partner in Madison, and he's home. And Luciana's lost her dad and her boyfriend. And not only that, but she only joined up with the Clarks because of Nick. She didn't really want to originally, and she had her own thing to do. What she only wanted to do. She didn't really want to. She went to Mexico.
No real connection to him.
And now, I mean, I think Alycia and Victor will still
look
at her as family.
That's my girl. That's my brothers.
But Luciana feel that way? Will she feel like she is a part of this team, this family, this group, or will she feel like she's an outsider now with no longer ties to the group that owe her anything?
But see, that's funny you said that, because in the trailer it shows her by herself, looking like the lone wolf.
A lot of people, I think, because of the effects of the hurricane,
you say that kind of separate them.
We are, and as a viewer, I think we're all hoping like they're going to come together, and then we team up, and it's nice, not happy ending, but I think along the way there's going to be turmoils and villains and enemies and twists and turns. So
I'll get back to that part. But that's a very dope part.
I mean, Luciana's never been my most favourite character.
Oh no.
But I kind of hope to give us something a bit meatier this season. Because you can do now with dealing with the effects of Nick, but I don't just want that as her character. I want to see what she is without Nick. And is she interesting enough and valuable enough to be part of the team?
I think she was, because like the village she was at before.
We don't know much of her. Whenever we've seen her, it was always with Nick.
Yeah, but the village that she was at before, she kind of was like... It was the main guy and it was her.
Yeah. She was always decent and valuable as part of a group. Yeah. But we've never actually seen that. When we met her last time, we came into that and saw her already there. We didn't see her
build up,
get to that position, and every interaction we ever seen with her was with Nick.
Yeah.
So we saw her only as a girlfriend rather than a leader or an individual or as a woman. So I hope she gets a bit more this season as well, man.
Yeah.
Another woman or girl or B word in apartment. Charlie.
Don't like her.
The little chick that
Don't like her.
No, don't like her. Should have died last season.
She should have died the first time she set them up.
Yeah. Nick shouldn't have really been trying to recruit her back, but that was the goodness in him. Not only that, but it's also the good part of Nick that Madison was trying to keep alive. So you could see why he wanted to do that, but he kept getting knocked back, and in the end, he killed the guy, then Morgan then talked him round rather than beforehand. Then he gets shot because Charlie killed who she felt was family. Yeah. No, so that's also bad for Morgan as well, because like he kind of let Nick. He's like, yeah, if I know I'm not going to stand in your way, and if he would have, like he did with Alycia last season, it might not have happened, which is why he stood in Alicia's way. He's like, I stepped out of the way for you, brother. I'm not stepping out of your way. So respect to that, Morgan. I like that. But Charlie, as with
I don't got too much to say about the little
from Game of Thrones, and who's the other one now, man? That we've seen has got Dre in power. Yeah,
he got to pay.
Yeah, well, no, I'm thinking Tariq. I mean, Tariq don't really need to catch a bullet, but he needs to have his comeuppance. Ollie, Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
The little kid had to get his comeuppance, and now this one, Charlie has to get her comeuppance. Man, you can't kill our main character, because that's not the only thing she did. She betrayed not only Nick but the whole group. Twice.
Out of food.
Like when she hustled her way in, and then brought the vultures there. Then she was tapping on the radio because she knew that's how they communicated, like what channel, to figure out what route they were going to go to look for food. Went there first with them and proper vultures.
I don't like that child.
Shady.
I don't like that child.
No, if she'd have been with the group originally, she could have been maybe valuable with those assets, but to come into a group that we know as a viewer and then betray him, you not likable, girl.
You got to pay.
Mokes, Lennie James himself, the TWD character who crossed over, the Don.
I'm feeling him, but that whole
trailer in the trailer with the spade, where
that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. But the whole
he seems calm,
right on the forehead thing. That was.
I lose people, I lose myself. Now,
as you said, like we know this.
He knows that. That's his mantra. He don't need to write it on his head.
We've known that since.
So I think
Walking Dead season
actually
1.
no, I think he's having a vision. I don't think he's literally got it. He's written it on his head. I think he's having a moment, and he's looking in the mirror, and he's having a little of a Morgan wobble.
A Morgan moment.
I don't think he's literally put the pen on his head and wrote it, because someone would have had to have done that for you.
Oh that was perfect.
For that to have looked.
That was perfect writing.
In the mirror, the right way round, you'd have had to have done and
do it backwards.
Yeah. So I don't think it was. But from seeing him all calm and tranquil and knocking the weapon out of the lady's hand and then not attacking and standing still, he seems in a good place.
Yeah, of course.
Then we see him later on with the writing on the head having this little bit of trauma. What's happened for him to have had that little snap and that trauma again? Has he lost someone again?
I think.
Because at the moment he's only really close to, I think JD's his boy.
Mm-hmm. I think Nick, because he was there.
Yeah, but he seems to have not got over that. But by helping Alycia, I think he's now feels more at peace about Nick's death and decision.
He might come back and fight.
It could do, yeah. It may even be a flashback. We don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's still in his turtle suit.
Yeah, he's still got a suit.
He's still in that. Yeah. So it could be. We don't know. We'll have to wait anyway. In August 13th when it comes around in a few weeks.
Oh, that's around the corner.
But as he says, like, he don't die.
Yeah.
So let's see if that holds up true this season, shall we? I hope not, because I've still got hope of him eventually crossing back up with Walking Dead.
Well, look what I found over here.
Yeah, it's like if he ever comes back to Walking Dead, if they don't merge the shows together and they just bring him back, then he'd be able to have a nice interaction with characters, and in Walking Dead you'd be able to throw a lot of Easter eggs in about fear. And it'd be a way of syncing the two shows. Other main character who we were discussing may have been a leader, Alycia. Al. Shannon Grace from Lost.
Yeah, I think she's cool.
She's an interesting character.
But I think she needs to get her ass out of the camera and start helping out a little bit more. Remember that little fight was going on? She wanted to get the camera and this is not fucking CNN.
I want to see her have a backstory.
Yeah, definitely. I
want to know stuff like that. But I also want to see her more in world and rather inside a van.
Yeah.
Because inside a van, it's good because you get a lot of monologue from her and it's great. You know what I'm saying? She acts really well. But I want to see her interact in the outside world, and I think this season we will. So I'm interested to see her on road.
Yeah, you've seen her with the vest on and the shotty.
So I want to see Al walking around. Obviously, while she's walking around, that's going to be boring to watch. So while she's walking, flashback. And then that's a way of seeing other stuff and showing her backstory and who she was before the outbreak, and why is it so important for her to record people and have the truth down, and was she a journalist?
I think she wanted to be a journalist.
Yeah, was she actually, because she seems to be trained, and forgive me for if she had mentioned it in previous episodes, but I feel she's got army or military type training in her.
There's something about her, right?
There's something about her. So like the way she set up the traps as well, you know, when Madison in that flashback, and how she's always like, you know, how many times I've been tied up and how easy it is to get out of that. I mean, you don't just learn that in the apocalypse. I mean, you do, but eventually. And if you've done that so many times, it's skill rather than fluke, because half a few of them times you'd have struggled and probably been killed trying to escape.
Definitely.
So I want to see more with what happens with her, and I also want to see who her alliance is with, because if there is a split in the group and it's like Team Clark against like Team Morgan, who will I go with? Because I don't think she's got a vehicle anymore after the hurricane, so she's not got her most valuable asset.
Yeah,
but she's skillful. And that would be a really good, you know, way to progress her character and take her left as well. Her dealing with that loss, because she hasn't really lost a person, but to her to lose something really valuable to her, like her tape. Oh, that's a big shout. Like that's a big shout. Yeah, I hope not though, because a few of them tapes might have been Easter eggs with like people she'd have met before, with like Abraham, Rosita, which would have been a nice little, fun little Easter egg. But we can make do. I think. The last couple of characters, main cast, was the couple, John, JD, Gunslinger, and Naomi/June. I think by the end of this season, I think we're going to know her as June, but I'm going to slip in and out of Naomi, and
I call it June. Yeah.
So she and JD are reunited. She's now saved his life by treating him. He's not been, Alycia shot him.
Yeah.
How's he going to react to Alycia shooting him, man? Like, he seems like the kind of guy that would be like,
he'll forgive her.
It's alright, I understand.
Here's a sweet.
Yeah. Explain the story about how you thought your girlfriend was mad, so you wanted to hurt her by shooting you for someone you loved, and I think he'll be like, okay, yeah, have a candy.
Yeah.
So I think he will be sweet. Will he and June, Naomi, be able to carry on where they left off?
They better.
Will he be feeling salty and sour about how she left? Or is he just happy enough now that
I think he might need some answers.
Will he just be happy that he's alive and she's alive and they found each other?
That's all that, but I think he's still going to need some answers.
Yeah, I think he's still going to have to put a tinge of tension in the relationship. Yeah. I don't just want a happy ending 9 episodes in. That's like, you've got to, it's the waves, man.
Someone got to go. You know?
Ooh. Well, to be honest, I think they'll split this season.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't see them, although all last season, they were trying to find each other.
Yeah.
So to come back halfway and then be like, okay, we're going to split you up again.
What's happening?
It's a bit. It's not repeating from the same well again, with the same idea.
Same formula.
But it's because it's a natural disaster, like a hurricane.
That would happen.
It's kind of acceptable. Plus, we'd already seen like a full episode of them together, so we kind of seen them have most of their interaction and chemistry on screen. I won't mind seeing them paired up with a couple of other people. But eventually,
get back together.
I'd like to see them together for a couple of episodes. Hurricane, everything's good. They argue, the hurricane comes, then it's like,
splits them up.
I've got to find her again. Not only her, we've got to find our group. So they're no longer looking for each other, they're looking for the group. So it becomes more of like a family aesthetic. Family affair. And I think that's a better way of doing it instead of repeating it again, like, I'm looking for my true love. And
maybe that's why Morgan had that on his forehead.
Yeah. Could be. I still think it's him tripping. But
yeah, I hope so.
I don't think he could be tripping just because he's lost his best buddy. But I think it's a death or something traumatic must have happened. I'm hoping.
Flashback to his son.
It's moments after Alycia kills Charlie. He's like, I didn't manage to save you or persuade you like I did with Nick, and you killed her, and then he starts switching. That would sync up nice for me because I want Charlie dead. But
Yeah, I wouldn't lose sleep.
No.
If she bit the bullet.
I'm quite happy to wait and see anyway, really. The only thing, like, because last season we wanted to know who died or what happened to Madison.
Yeah.
Because she was missing from the beginning.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we were like, where's the timeline?
Yeah.
Which episode where?
That was nuts.
With this season, there's no one thing where I'm like, I can't wait for this to happen, or what's... Yeah, I mean, as an interest, I'm interested and intrigued to see what happens with Alycia, how she handles it, and how the actress performs it, because like, big fan. Everything else, there's nothing which I like, because with a lot of shows, you only focus on one thing happening. I can't wait to see if this person gets killed, and that's the main storyline for the season. Whereas with this, there's not one main storyline. Obviously, there is the split over the hurricane, and they've got to come back together. But
it branches out.
As we've just explained with each character, there's a little nuance to each one that we want to see this season, or that we hope to might see. So, to be interested in an 8 character main cast is good writing. Because usually you can have an 8. If you've got an 8-member cast, you've got maybe 2 favourites, 3 favourites, and the rest you're like, oh, I'm not really bothered about that. I could maybe fast forward to his storyline this week. But with this one, I'm like, I'm quite interested to see them all, man.
Imagine if they all get an episode.
1 each. Could do, but the originals like Victor and Luciano have already had their solo ones. Like Luciano had the whole Spanish episode. Victor had the one about his boyfriend. So Charlie, possibly, but we've kind of
where her family actually is
before she became orphan. Possibly, because I don't really need to see too much about what happened since then, because we've seen chunks of it already. Morgan, we know him from the beginning, so he doesn't need one. JD and Naomi have already had their origin of where they met. Obviously, you might want to know what happened before then. Naomi's already explained about how she was a nurse and...
But she could be lying.
Left a child. No, she went back to the place. And the place was there, innit? So...
I don't believe it still. You gotta show me the receipt.
JD's already explained his part. So the only person we haven't heard from or seen from in the past is Al.
Yeah.
So she has to get a backstory this season. And Alicia's only going to get a solo episode because she's probably now the main character. And she's gone through the biggest turmoil, so she needs her own centric one. It would be nice to maybe have a big chunk of a character in an episode, but not a full one.
Yeah.
Like, you can 40-minute episode, I wouldn't mind if 20 was just dedicated, like 10 minutes here, backstory, 20-minute episode, 10-minute backstory. Like, juice it up. I think we got that with... Was it Dwight last season on Walking Dead, where we got to show him as well, progressing
his house and all
that. Walking Dead, death predictions. I think we both agree there's only one.
Yeah. Charlie got to go.
Now, we may sound sadistic, nasty, cruel for wanting a female child to die, but we don't want her to die. We want the character to die. Definitely. Because of the action she did. Don't get it twisted, or
she chose
come at me. Get me. I ain't James Gunn.
She chose.
She got untreated fairly.
The vultures to rob these motherfuckers. She chose everything.
She did. Then she had a gun in her hand and decided to shoot Nick.
Oh man, she chose to do that. Talk about
consequences to your actions. That's the main cast. That's more been deciphered. We are getting introduced to, I think, 4, 5, 6 maybe new characters. I think there's going to be 4 main ones.
Yeah.
Who we saw in the actual trailer. We've got no character names yet, so I'm just going to reel off the actresses' names. We've got Darryl Mitchell from NCIS. I think he pops up in the trailer when as the guy who's pulling the wheelchair person along. I'm not too sure though, to be honest, so I can't be for certain. We also got Aaron Stanford from 12 Monkeys, who is the character in the wheelchair, playing him. So first disabled character on either of the Dead franchises. So yeah,
it's a big shot.
Good shout, because it's interesting to see how they'd react in a franchise. I think Walking Dead are introducing a deaf character.
Okay.
Which will be interesting, because if you can't hear zombies coming,
bruh,
or you don't know how much noise you're making,
bruh,
that's a danger. That's almost like when you've got a baby and it screams like,
bruh.
Yeah. And for anyone that's seen A Quiet Place, it's, you know what could happen in that type of scenario. Great film. Check it out. As soon as I got it on the DL, it's yours, bro. Big film. Make sure you watch it at night in dark silence to get the best out of it. Because if you watch it during the day with people and you've got background noise, you're not going to enjoy it. You're just going to think, what's this? I mean, you need to get the experience to get the best out of the film. Like, you need silence to appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because especially with going off tangent here, but 1 minute. If it's in the film now, you make a noise, then the creatures come for you. So if you're at home now and you're silent and you're into the film, and then you hear a noise downstairs, it's like in the cinema you hear someone with popcorn and twitching. Like,
what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, don't do that, man. You gotta get him. Yeah. Anyway, back to it. The partner of the person in the wheelchair we see in the truck driving, and also has the interaction with Morgan on a couple of occasions. Maureen Mo Collins, who plays Joan Calamezzo in Parks and Rec, one of my favourite TV shows. She's a outlandish, flirtatious, slutty type of TV host on that, and she seems she seems very much different in this show. And I'm not sure if it's real life or makeup, but she doesn't seem to have aged too well from what I remember in Parks to this character. But I'm assuming it is actually just makeup because she's playing kind of a redneck hillbilly trucker. Yeah. And the final character is, I think we see her in one scene having a conversation with Morgan, kind of on the street picking out some track. Yeah, I'm not sure what she's doing. And that's Tonya Pinkins, who's from Gotham. For any of you DC fans out there.
I like Gotham. Gotham's alright.
It was probably, I've not seen any of them, but that one actually piqued my interest most out of any of the DC shows.
It's gritty.
Yeah. It's gritty. Especially the Joker character, the young kid as well that played him, Jerome. Fire. It actually was the only reason John Schnepp watched Gotham, because of the Joker character, man. And it's just random because I was watching one of his remembrance videos today, and because he passed away over the weekend at Comic-Con. Wow. It was sad, man, because that guy's awesome. Anyone who watches Collider Heroes definitely knows about him. But yeah, they're the new characters coming this season in Fear the Walking Dead. Looking forward to them, along with seeing my girl Alycia take that leader role and
that's my bitch.
Take it in a stride. Anything else you want to add for the season? Looking forward to predictions, deaths, characters, out there predictions, left field.
I want Charlie to catch a bullet. I want her to catch it the same way she gave it to Nick.
Stomach.
Man, gut shot, shit bag.
Yeah.
You know, straight.
Die slow.
Yeah. I want Al. I want it to actually be like a story of Al. I want to know who she is. Like.
Yeah, definitely. I think she even watched that herself and kind of teased that in the Comic-Con panel when she said recently the weekend. She's like, yeah, I'm interested. I've been speaking with the producers about. So what am I thinking here? Who was she? What'd she do? And yeah, so I think they made. I don't know if they're going to do it this season, but they will definitely next if she's still around. But I'm hoping we do get a bit this season as well. Yeah, definitely.
Also.
Yeah. I know we slightly mentioned this before about Daniel, about Luciana's pops.
Oh yeah.
He said he got bitten. We've never seen him die on screen.
Yeah, you can't stay bit for too long.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
But 1,000 to 1 shot, I wouldn't be surprised to see him just maybe pop up because I've got a feeling there's gonna be a surprise this season. Whether it's gonna be something to link to Walking Dead for future, whether it's gonna be something from the comics, or whether it's going to be a return of a character. I think Fear know that they're on a roll at the moment and they can actually take, not this chance, but they have this opportunity to maybe throw something in fun for the fans, or that they didn't think they could do last season because they were worried about maybe renewals ratings and stuff like ratings. I think now they can, and I'm hoping there's something. I don't know what, but I think there's going to be a little something this season. And I'm interested to watch the final 8 episodes. That was our predictions video for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4B. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out all the other videos on our YouTube channel, especially the most recent ones from San Diego Comic-Con, because there are all the latest trailers, and feel free to get in the discussion in the comment section. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Add us up, bios in the description below. Also check out JD Virtue's YouTube channel, one of our own personal friends. His channel's growing strength from strength. Check out all his reactions to not just movie reactions, trailers, but
all kind of
a variety of videos on YouTube reactions and gaming stuff as well. Until next time, deuce.